50,000 years ago, in the Stone Age, there were three great tribes: the wolf, the bear, and the bird. All were nomadic and shared a great dream, a dream of rediscovery. Suddenly, a fourth tribe would rise, a dark tribe unlike the others, one of twisted dreams, dreams turned upside down. And with this terrible uprising, the Age of Metal began. We start with the Justice League. It seems they've all just had a terrible encounter. In front of them stands Mongul. The villain asks the public to behold the mighty Justice League and questions, what kind of death should they face? Batman says this makes no sense, as Mongul was being monitored by the Brilliants. How was it possible for him to build a new war moon after his fight with General Zod? Superman tells him to focus. The first thing they need to do is find a way out of here. Mongul has weakened them due to the armors they're wearing. For example, Superman's armor is made with red sun dust, Flash's with anti-vibration boots, and so the list goes on for the others. Beside Mongul is a child, whom he asks if he knows what is approaching right now. The boy tells him that the Fulcrum Abominus is approaching. Upon hearing that, Mongul gives the order and special machines designed to combat each of the heroes appear. The League prepares to fight against this, but Mongul only mocks them. The League will be unable to run from this arena. The battle begins. The machines start their attack. In the image, we see how the superheroes do everything they can to defend themselves. Batman asks Cyborg if he can hack their system. Cyborg tells him he has tried, but it hasn't worked so far. Hal Jordan tells Aquaman that they need to remove these armors so they can fight with their full power. Aquaman agrees, as he can only use half of his strength, and that only serves for defense. Aquaman mentions that perhaps the beasts can be tricked into breaking these armors. Diana tells him that her armor detects every move she makes, so she won't be able to do what Aquaman asks. Diana asks everyone to form the Hephaestus formation. They need to protect themselves while creating a new strategy. Batman ignores her and continues fighting the machine sent to stop him. It seems Batman can handle the machine. The Bat tells everyone to follow him, but no one listens. Inside the machine, there's a Batman symbol, which he deactivates. Suddenly, the machine closes its mouth and crushes one of his arms. Aquaman knows they have to help him, otherwise, he'll lose his arm. Flash and Aquaman prepare to go to his aid. Things get complicated for Batman. The machine begins to tie him with one of its cables. Batman gets angry with everyone as he had asked them to follow him. Inside the mouths of the machines are symbols. They have to activate them and then let the machines eat them. This time, everyone followed Batman's orders. Hal Jordan gets annoyed, as he thinks they should have formed a better strategy. Everyone is being swallowed by the machines. Batman tells them to calm down and listen to him. They have to let what needs to happen. Batman gives them a small history lesson. If these machines unite, they will be able to create something with which they will defeat Mongul without problems. How does Batman know this? It's all due to the last words they said to Mongul. Those words have to do with an ancient Roman battle formation. The machines have united and will now give Mongul the war he so much asked for. Meanwhile, Mongul begins to escape from the Justice League. Barry asks why on earth he is the leg of the machine. Batman simply says it's so he can kick Mongols, but the Justice League has finally escaped. A few minutes later, we see them arrive on Earth. Batman tells them to prepare, as they are about to enter the atmosphere. Superman asks Batman about the investigation he has been conducting. What does this recent conflict have to do with his investigations? Also, what was the reason for his visit to the Fortress of Solitude? We all know what Batman is like, and obviously, he doesn't tell him anything about what we've seen in past chapters. Alfred contacts Batman to tell him that Gotham City has a small problem. We are in Gotham City, which is devastated. Also, a mountain has just appeared. Alfred comments that the city was ravaged by an energy storm. The storm had dark lightning everywhere. When the storm left, this mountain appeared. Diana tells Batman that whoever was responsible, there's no way he could know. Hal Jordan mentions that the mountain has a dark energy, which is identical to the energy of the machine Batman has in his cave. Flash runs towards the mountain. Upon arriving, he sees a door with a symbol on it. The Justice League enters the interior of the mountain. Inside, there's very strange technology. Cyborg tries to investigate what all these things are, but his sensors cannot quantify anything here. Upon further investigation, they find a space capsule. Hal Jordan mentions that the capsule has no engines to fly. What if it's not a capsule for flying? Then what on earth is it? The League enters the capsule. Inside, there's an energy core. Superman checks and finds that there are 5 people inside the capsule. That's not all. All 5 are alive. Superman suggests releasing them, but Batman asks him not to. First, they need to know what this place is. Hal Jordan feels that this energy is still much worse than what was in the Batcave. Cyborg has just found an android, which is trying to activate it. Hal and Cyborg find something strange written on the wall. They are chasing us. Run. Suddenly, men dressed as soldiers appear and ask them to move away from the android. Hal asks, who are all of them? Batman says she calls herself Lady Blackhawk and is on some undercover mission. Batman knows she has been watching him, but Batman has also been watching her. Lady takes off her mask and says there's a lot they don't know about her. Her name is Kendra Saunders. They don't know her, but they need to accompany her right now. Superman tells her that Gotham City has just been destroyed. Why should they accompany her? Kendra tells them that this is the beginning of something bigger. An invasion is approaching. If they want to know more, they will have to accompany her. We are in the South Pacific. There are places on this planet where cosmic energy channeled to the Earth's metallic core is cancelled. The places are altered by a static, which modifies space and time. Some of these places are magically created, and others occur naturally. For example, the island of the Amazons is one of those places. This island is also one. Superman doesn't quite understand what she means, so he asks her to tell him why she brought them to this place. Kendra tells them that this place is their last hope. For years, it was a base of operations. Carter, also known as Hawkman, was working here. Kendra shows them a fragment of the metal with which it all began. This material is unique and endows those who possess it with different powers, such as eternal life and flight, among other things. Sometimes the metal seems to transmit some kind of strange energy. The energy felt in the mountain is also emitted by the metal. Carter came to believe that the metal came from a place beyond this universe. For a long time, he was looking for clues, but all he found were several warnings. The metal will cause chaos on Earth. Carter continued investigating. His search led him to the unknown. This is a map of what they believe is the multiverse. All universes are made of matter and antimatter. So far, only 52 Earths are known, but the energy coming from the metal does not come from any of these Earths. Carter could never find the origin of the metal. The only answer is that the metal comes from another multiverse outside the 52 that exist, a dark multiverse. Until recently, it was thought that only matter and antimatter were needed to create universes, but it has just been discovered that there is a third material. If you flip the map of the multiverses, you only see darkness covering all multiverses, meaning that the 52 Earths connect with the dark multiverse. When Carter sent his team to investigate the mountain, it was torn from reality. All the researchers disappeared. In their last transmissions, only screams could be heard, screams about entire worlds of nightmares. Red Tornado was also in the investigation, but like the others, contact with him was also lost. His last message was a warning. He mentioned a dark beast in the form of a dragon. The name of that dragon was Barbatos. Investigations say that Barbatos comes through a human doorway, someone who is treated by 5 divine metals. If he takes that human doorway, all will be lost. Barbatos is the great threat. Also, there's another word that is always repeated. The word is wagon, which translates to Wayne. Yes, sirs, Batman is responsible for all this. We had already seen everything he had done, and now all his activities come to light. Superman tells Kendra that her theories are too old. How does everything connect to Batman and the Dark Multiverse? Superman, in a low voice, asks the Bat if everything he has been investigating is about this. Kendra and her men threaten Batman. It's no coincidence that the mountain appeared in Gotham City, as Batman opened the portal from that place. Suddenly, Red Tornado wakes up. He is very angry and starts attacking everyone. He warned them. He is coming for them. Kendra mentions that Batman must have activated the Red Tornado. Kendra searches for the metal, but it's gone. Hal asks her if she brought them here to trap Batman. Obviously, she doesn't know him very well. He probably already had a plan from the moment he brought them here. In another part of the island, we see that Batman has just captured a beast. Batman communicates with Alfred to tell him he has found what he was looking for. Meanwhile, in an unknown location, Dr. Fate has just had visions where he sees the multiverse. The dark energy is about to reach this planet. This is the dark army that Batman is releasing. The army will be in charge of finding who Barbatos has been looking for all this time. Soon, Bruce Wayne will be captured. We are in the Batcave. Batman is getting closer to the answers. Also, he's running out of time. He needs to protect everyone. Batman had never seen such a pure sample of the metal. The dark energy comes from here. Alfred interrupts him. He tells him that someone is approaching. For now, no one is seen. Only someone humming is heard. Barbatos has been after his target for a long time. He was even seen in Final Crisis. Batman goes in search of the one humming. As he advances, he finds the bat symbol drawn on the floor. These text boxes we've seen since the first video are dialogues, which will be narrated by Hawkman, who has told us the story since the metal arrived on the planet. In the last dialogues, he says that he left his diary to Batman to tell him that evil is approaching. That's why the Bat knows everything that has happened. The humming has led him to Carter's diary. Batman looks at it and now understands that everything it described was true. Suddenly, someone appears behind the Bat and tells him that everything is true. He introduces himself as the Dream of the Endless and has come to tell him that this nightmare has just begun. Thank you very much for watching this video. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe for more content like this. I'm TJ Prime, and see you in the next video.